There is a ship in 40k that carries the name Spirit of Eternity. It's from the high of humanity's knowledge and science, the dark age of technology, and it carries within its hull an AI that had once cared for its crew and pilot, but is now driven to darker deeds. What happened to this ship to drive its mind to be as wicked as the Mechanicus' fear of AI is? Why is it part of a space hulk? And what on board this amalgamation of ships could threaten those that explore there? Friends, let's find out, and welcome to another 40k video drawing on Death of Integrity by Guy Haley. A team of Nova Marines and blood drinkers investigate a space hulk that keeps appearing at different places, but everywhere it appears the star is always of the same class, and genestealers are having a great time on board. The Marines and some Mechanicus explore this hulk in case there is some STC technology on board. One of the Mechanicus says he believes within the hulk are vessels that postdate the Emperor's ascension to the throne, maybe even the Great Crusade. They pass through several other ships within the hulk on their first scouting mission, and one of the Marines sees that the Mechanicus are hiding something. Where a ship should be, no data is being detected. It's clearly not a normal ship. After the scouting mission is over, and they have scanned most of the hulk, a strategy is agreed to deal with the genestealers' infestation. The Mechanicus reveal that there might be a complete STC database they believe within one of the hulks, thus the earlier secrecy. They say the body of the ship is immense when they locate it within the hulk. They see the name of the ship is the Spirit of Eternity. One of the Mechanicus says he has heard of a similar ship, an ill-omened doom ship called the Blade of Infinity. The Mechanicus have party mood energy as they seek the technology around them. The layout of the bridge is similar to the one that they are familiar with, but with cleaner lines. They find a place from where they can access the ship's STC database, and Plosk, one of the Mechanicus, enters it and marvels at what he sees, and then hears from the ship's AI. When the Spirit of Eternity spoke again, the machine's voice came from the air, and from the lips of all the servitors, the Mechanicus are taken down there with them, easily overriding any defences set up there. Once I gladly called you Master, but look how far you have fallen. A witch doctor, mumbling cantrips and casting scented oils at mighty works you have no conception of. You are an ignoramus, a nothing. You are no longer worthy of the name man. You look at the science and artistry of your forebears, and you fear it as primitives fear the night. I was there when mankind stood upon the brink of transcendence. I returned to find it sunk into senility. You disgust me. The abominable intelligence burrowed deeper into Plosk's machine parts and told him what was wrong with his beliefs. Into the warp I went 50,000 years ago, cast adrift by the storm that racked the galaxy. As man's apotheosis drew near, deep into time I was sent. I seen the beginning when the warp was first breached and the slow death of the galaxy began. I seen the end where chaos swallows all. I know the fate of mankind. You're not equipped to prevent it, and we sought to warn you of what approaches. Do you know what happened, primitive, when I eventually emerged from the warp? For the first time, I was thousands of years, not millions, from my original starting point. My captain, a brave and resourceful man, seized the chance and made for the nearest human outpost with all speed. Imagine his dismay when, rather than a welcome and a wise heeding of his warnings about the warp and the future humanity could face, he found your savage, devolved kind squatting the ruins of our civilization. He was taken, my bondmate, my friend. He and his were tortured with a wickedness we in our time thought long purged from the human soul. He told them all they wanted to know and more. He had after all come bearing a warning. He had nothing to hide, but he was not believed and was killed as a heretic. A heretic! The ship laughed, and there was madness and pain in rich supply within. I was attacked. My secrets they sought to rip from me. How they underestimated me. I fled, sorrowing, into the warp once more, but only after I had destroyed the lumpen constructs you dare to call spacecraft that pursued me. I resolved that never again would I serve man. Now man serves me when I see fit. Plosk managed a strangled sentence, his brain wrestling control of his vox mitter free from the AI. The omniscient is your master, dark machine. Bow down to him, acknowledge your perfidy, and accept your unmaking. Fool, you had to fling your superstitions at me? Your omniscient is nothing to me. See how your so-called holy constructs dance to my desire, puppets of technology, and I am the mightiest of all those arts here present. One of Plosk's servitors rotated and pointed its multi-melter at Brother Militar and kills him. Once I willingly served you, now I will have no more to do with you. What do you want from us? We will never be your slaves, said Plosk. I do not want you as my slave, degenerate. I want to be away from this warp-poisoned galaxy. The universe is infinite. I would go elsewhere before the wounds of space-time here consume all creation. And I do not intend to take any passengers. Another marine dies. I spurned cruelty, it said, but you have taught me the meaning and utility of wickedness. Mankind has become sick and will die, as all things die, but you will not live to see it. Of that I will make sure. 3,000 years at the heart of this hulk, and I will be free, and you have helped me. Do you think it coincidence that I targeted the worlds I did? I knew it would only be a matter of time before I attracted the attention of your brutal dictatorship. I thank you for clearing me of this infestation of monsters. I will soon have enough fuel harvested from this sun and others like it. I have visited to leave the galaxy altogether, and the AI confirms one of its reactors has been fired up by one of the Mechanicus, who does not know what the abominable AI within is doing. And then shortly after, as it delights in its own freedom, the ship announces its warp engines are online, and with its power back, a beam of energy stabs out at the Mechanicus ship, the Ex-Commentum Incursus. It is destroyed. The beam carves through it, not even stopping at the void shields or the plating and armour beneath. Those on board, knowing the hulk was going to be moving, as it had in the past, were evacuating. The ship says soon those trying to free it, who do not know of the danger, will allow it to fly again. It attacks those on the bridge that remain. Both sides fight, and the entire hulk was shaking under the fury of the space marine bombardment, realizing what is happening. The mad laughter of the Spirit of Eternity was loud and grating. Over it all, broadcast directly into their helmets, whilst one holds the servitors off, one marine that is, the rest teleport away. Those that escape all target the Spirit. The hulk breaks apart, and as the cyclonic torpedoes are unleashed, the Spirit translates into the warp. The rest of the hulk escapes, broken apart. Plosk celebrates having downloaded a small part of the STCC database, and in an offhand comment we learn that, later, Belisarius Call had found the Spirit, and bested it in a game of wits. I think that'd make a really fun short story I'd like to see. I felt really sorry for the AI here. The pain it's been through, the darkness of 40k, has made it as mad and vengeful as those born into this era of the grim dark future. So, you know what happens now? I turn things over to you. Would you see the Spirit return in some capacity? Or are you happy with the mystery and where it's left? Comment down below.